Hello and welcome back. I almost forgot to put on the video, but now we are ready. Just making myself comfortable. As you can see, we have a new spot. I am in my old bedroom. Currently I only do some drawing sessions here, or I still have my clothes here, but I prefer to sleep downstairs because I feel it helps me much more in the night to ground and to be close to the earth is very good for my body. So whenever it's possible, I'm sleeping downstairs. Okay, little update. Let's see what wants to come through. I had the excitement to do another video for quite some time, but it never really was meant to happen until now, because I was excited to do a video, and the energy was not really there, the time was not really there, and another part just being also in resistance, I don't know, or not knowing what to share. I would put it like this, not knowing what to share. So the last days for me went on all levels very well. I experienced some great shifts in myself and some achievements in myself with the themes of staying consistent and having a healthy mindset, where I want to come back also soon. In a sense of balancing my emotional turbulences and the roller coaster, and in general just how I'm going through the day and how I'm dealing with things that are coming up. But the days before that were quite heavy. I think it was like 2 days or something like this, where my chit chat, my talk, or my mind got very loud and more in a negative way, where I really thought sometimes, oh no, I'm going crazy if this doesn't stop. And with that it gave me a motivation as well to really put a little bit more focus on how can I train my mind to think to think more in positive ways, to to support my spirit and my daily experiences. And as I said before in the other videos, that I would like to have something where I can put my energy into. And that I also know that when I really find something and I really start, and I can really go with that and can go on that until I kind of have been biting on every little piece that was kind of possible for me to come into my field. So it can be a theme, it can be activity or anything. And sometimes it doesn't go so well, and then it's connected, I think, to my motivation. But my core being, like I shared also with the calisthenics that I did, the sport that I did. For those who didn't watch the other videos, I did some calisthenics after school for 3 years. That is it's training with your own body weight, but in more fun ways, I would say. So the basic things are included to build up your muscles, but then it can go into specific kind of areas like handstand or things on the bars, or on the how do you call it? Yeah, but anyway, it's a very nice sport. That's an important thing. And I really every day I push myself, and if I did not had any motivation for it, I somehow just stand up and start it, and then afterwards I always felt great. And I know that this happened for a reason, because I can see that I can do it and that it actually helps me also in my daily life. And So what I want to do now is training on my motivation, training my mindset in one way to just really become the most happiest person I can be, and changing my inner programs and my inner being of really having the beliefs of I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm accepted, I belong, and I can be successful in any way, and I am wealthy and I am healthy. And the last days where I challenged so much with my mindset, I was like, wow, I'm the last person who could ever achieve it. I have to work so much for it. But it's actually not true. I can see in myself, when I feel in myself, I'm so close to really understanding how powerful I am and who I really am, because this whole journey is a path of understanding who we are. Because in our core being, who we really are, we are all of that. We are all love. We are worthy, and we know that, and we can literally create everything we want. We are the master of our reality, and this is something we are waking up to. And so today I watched a video about a girl who became, from having actually no money and living up with a big family, to being a millionaire with 20 years. And all that by changing her inner program. And this has really all to do with the energy that we're focusing on and the mindset that we're creating. Because if I act already like I am somebody I want to become, I actually am that person, and with that I can access and magnetize these things to me that vibrate on the same energy. And what your belief systems really create your reality you are in. So if we check in with our belief systems and become aware about them, we can see why specific parts in our reality might still keep us in a cycle or don't give us the things that we actually want. And so I got very motivated about that, and I just before I started this video now, I was meditating, and I could feel, and it was not the first time, this really thin line where I am on a journey very fast of achieving really anything that I want. Not in the sense that these things are giving me, and it's not mostly not things that I want in the outside world, but this is the same coin I'm talking about. So it's not that I want to achieve so many things in the outside world, it's more just this inner peace, but with that it got reflected in the outside, and you're living aligned. And a year ago I noticed how rich I am actually, and how close I am to that. And richness is not only money, richness is love, it's being healthy and wealthy in other sense than money, and basic things about having possibilities to not having the awareness and the openness to receive and see opportunities, because they're always there. If you wish for something, it comes to you, but we most of the time are blind to see them because we are still believing we don't deserve them. And so I can feel how close I am to that. And today I was really getting into that mindset. I was like, wow, no, in that sense now about money, for example, I am already a billionaire. And I was acting like this, not in the sense that I was buying a lot of stuff or anything, but I was baking some stuff today for my family business. They have a fish farm, and now Christmas is coming up, so I was baking some Christmas cookies. And I was doing that in the sense of feeling I have everything I ever need and wanted in my life. And I can buy me anything, I can do anything that I want. And still I'm standing here in the kitchen and making cookies for my family business without getting paid or anything, just because I like to do it and I like to be in service. And it would not change my actions in life, or the things that I would do would not change when I would have more money on my bank account. But my inside world was feeling like I'm so rich, and with that actually I was in such a happy state that I was enjoying it so much to give. And I was just playing around, and I was like, there are so many things I could invest in that are so necessary right now, or helping my family out with specific things, or that my mom, for example, can actually just stop the work that she's doing now and do what she really likes to do and take a break. And all these nice things that I will be able to do. Because I am on that path now, and I don't want to just hang lazy around like I did it so often. I just want to prove it to myself that this is possible, and I actually believe that we all have to be on a journey, not in the sense of making millions of dollars, but it will automatically come in a sense, this richness in the outside world will automatically come because we go on the inner journey, and in the outside journey it will only come in a healthy way when we do it inside in a healthy way. And there are people who are using these kinds of techniques of changing their mindsets and with that achieving a lot of money, but what I can see is sometimes that they're still I'm not sure if this is true right now, what I'm saying, if I really believe that. Okay, I'm rewiring this. Forget what I said. So we see that there are a lot of people out there who have a lot of money, which are not nice people and are not happy at all. So there are obviously ways to achieve money in your outside world with specific ways. And I think that there's a belief system behind it, but not a healthy one. So what I want, I cannot really explain it, but what I want to go to, the point that I want to say is that everybody of us has to go on this journey of really reprogramming ourselves that we are wealthy and that we are deserving everything and that we are really rich. And because this is where we are going, and maybe not everybody, but the ones who wants to come aligned with themselves again and wants to understand who they are, then I feel it's necessary to go on this journey to really look at your belief systems, to really look at your programs, and to rewire them. And I think that where the motivation comes from doesn't matter at the end. So for me right now, it's to really prove, also to see it the outside reality that that is so easy to get to a lot of money, if you want to say. I think there's still, you can see how I'm talking about money, there's still something negative put on money, so that's very interesting already to see. But in the world we're living in still right now, money is a big theme and can help you to get a lot of access to specific things you cannot Also not. You can have all kinds of things also without money, but because money is programmed so much and has been used over so many years now in this world, also not. I'm like teaching myself right now, and so really don't take anything too seriously, I'm saying. Because for how long did we use money? It's like a blink of an eye to the time of humanity's start. But in the reality we were living right now, and the life that I still see outside, I can see that money makes or is giving us a lot of opportunities that we might not see right now, being able to achieve that quickly in another way. But I believe and I know that abundance is not just about money. And I even experienced in my own life until now that I always had everything I needed around me. And now I just feel like I want to up-level my life even more. And I saw myself living a very, very healthy, wealthy life. And with that even more actually appreciating the smallest things and not getting arrogant in that sense, but I just have more possibilities to make this planet more fun, more healthy, more connected to nature. So when I see, for example, now millionaires and billionaires often, when I look at their houses or their yachts or whatever they're having, I actually never see somebody having in their mind, how can I, with the amount of money I have, how can I make and create something that doesn't hurt nature or hurt people or whatever. So with the money that I have, I would invest and do things and pay people and give back the energy that they have put into in the same way. So to make the sentence a little bit better, I would pay the people fair. And I am able to give so much already. And I'm really here to give. This is kind of my purpose. And right now, how I can do it is with listening and just being there, sharing my energy. And I would also like to give more in the physical world. So I would like to expand my field to have even more impact on people. And I feel with this richness that this is the path that I'm going, that I'm seeing, of like understanding who I am and why I'm going on that path, I will have a lot of money. And this is truly what I feel. And today I got a wake-up call again from myself of like, Fine, what are you waiting for? This whole journey is so beautiful and it will push you through your fears and all these things to help you to understand who you are and to come back home. And this is my journey, and with that I can have so much impact on the world, and I know that I am here for that. And like I said, I really feel it's time now to expand my field and to even be more of service in different ways. So with that, I also want to say that I'm open now to give, how can I say it? I don't want to name it energy healings. I would say it or put it into the words of opening around a space to bath in light bath in light and unconditional love that will help you to access your heart and to access with that informations that you may not be able to have that you weren't able to have access to before. to remember who you are, to help you with that on your journey, to relax your nervous system, to calm down your mind, to come into a relaxed state, to heal things in your body, to release blockages, to get you in contact with higher realms. So whatever might want to come up, but in the first way, it's just about being present with you and helping you to get in this beautiful light frequency. So because I had when I was in a dark place, I had an energy mentor. And when we looked into my purpose and why I'm here, this was one way showing me what I am here able, or what I'm here to give and what I'm able to do. And this was basically what I described. So it looked like me expanding my field and bringing people into this field. And because my being and through my whole soul journey and my soul origin, I am able to bring very easily unconditional love into my field, because it is very activating and vibrating in that, and with that I can help other people to get into that frequency. And in these moments where we're bathing in light and unconditional love, we are able to access informations we are not able to access in daily lives, or even when we are meditating on our own. And it's about the energetic exchange that happen in these moments. And I just want to do that just to being in service on a donation base, to start with, because like I also saw in this meditation I talked about before I started this video, my guides, my higher self, my intuition, however you want to call that, God, something higher, told me to just start with something. It really doesn't matter with what I start. Today I got the idea again to, not again, I got the idea because I was baking the Christmas cookies, to bake even my own cookie Christmas and to pack them into, I saw them to small little packages, and then to sell them so that people can take them home as well. Because as I understand, my mom only gives them to people who are eating in our restaurant. So, and my creativity is giving me so many opportunities, and I think I always waited for the one where I feel like, oh yeah, but they're all the same energy, just expressed in different ways. And it's so funny, I can really see that right now. And it's really saying like, Fina, just start with something and you will see it's so beautiful. Because then I also, the days where I did not feel so well, because of this big chit chat in my mind, the moment I came out of that, I was like, okay, I'm just start with something, and it's just my energy that I have already, and my core being, whatever I'm doing, I'm so successful in it. And not in the sense of success of finishing something or whatever, more of like everything I'm learning in that. So it's not the outside, whatever I'm starting, if it's going well or not in a physical way, but what I'm learning in that process gives me so much success. And it's just like life is just asking me to put my energy really into something, and it will give me the feedback of like, wow, yeah, this is what we need, and you finally you were activated. And I will get the feedback in the outside world, because my life has been until now very great. I had a great childhood. I went to a very nice school in that time. I never used anything I learned in that school in the classes until now. But everything outside of the classes and even inside of the classes, the encounters with the teachers were very helpful, because it was a private school and very open, and the contact with the with the students and with the teachers were on a very different level already. And then I went through quite some challenges after school because Corona came up and I never knew really what to do with myself. And then I did some sports and it went very well for my body, and I put my energy into different things and I learned a lot of things. I started to work a little bit at my parents' place, and then I went to Portugal and I went to Holland. And before that, I worked twice as a snowboard instructor in Austria, and I made so many nice experiences already in my life, and I am so lucky. And now I really feel it's time for a next shift of understanding how much greater my life can be, because it can always be better. And it's not about thinking, oh, something is worse, but just enjoying the ride that we are going higher and higher and higher. And it's not about stopping somewhere. There's always possibilities, always something to learn, always something to grow into. And also to understand of like how loved we are, how worthy we are, how healthy we are, how wealthy we are. And now life is saying, okay, it's the next step to understanding how big, how full I am. And I am very grateful that with this whole journey I am able to give more, because this gives me so much to be able to give more to people. And for me it's really to understanding I can also ask for something back, because many people can also give a lot in different ways, you know. And so I ordered some books now where I invested into, it's about how to become the master of your mind, and more books about emotional intelligence. And soon I want to buy a book as well for emotional intelligence for kids, because I definitely also want to work more with kids, and to apply those tools then when I'm working with them. Because until now I noticed kids really like my energy and I like to be around them, but when it gets a little bit more challenging, I do not really know how to handle things or how to do it. So I would like to have some tools, and I know that I can apply them really easily. And it's not about really learning, but more having something around me that helps me to activate my remembrance of how I feel, how I want to go with children, and how to be with them. Because there are obviously many opinions and things that also has been a lot of studies and things that worked out quite well, and it's always good to look at these things, but at the end we know in ourselves of how to handle things and what are wealthy and healthy for the people around us. To come back shortly to my offering about the light bubble, the light bathing. If you are interested, you can write me an email. I will put it down in the description. If you have somebody you feel like, she would resonate with her or might be interesting in it. I know somebody who's struggling right now and could feel resonating with it. Or if you have a social media and want to put it on there, I would really, really, really appreciate that. And let's see when you can buy my cookies. And another thing with this fine line that I talked at the beginning. So I feel this path that I'm talking about right now, it's a very fine line at the moment, because there are behaviors and cycles that I had been in for quite some time now that I'm becoming more and more aware, and that I want to break out. But as we know, often we are motivated about a thing, and then 2-3 days later this motivation, this peak, has gone, and then it's about the hard work. I don't like that really to say, but you know what I'm meaning, of like really investing and staying consistent and pushing yourself to things to slowly go like this, you know. So we always have this it's kind of the key to open a door for something, but then there has to come work. It's not just like standing then there in the room. You have to do something for it to go further. So yeah, also please give me some motivation down in the comments or in other ways you can reach me, because I think some daily reminders are very important. So I'm going with the tools and the books. I haven't read yet much because I also get quite fast overwhelmed, and I just have them for 2 days now. But yeah, I want to stay, and I will stay on this fine line, because it's time for the butterfly to fly again, and even more beautiful way. Because I feel doing our life, we always go in caterpillars and butterfly phases again and again, because we are on an expansion journey, and if you always stay the same butterfly and never die, then it gets boring. And I think I have been using my old butterfly for quite some time, and now I think I have been in a journey of being a caterpillar for some time, and maybe this whole journey is being a caterpillar in some way, and at one point the butterfly is able to show itself in a even more beautiful way. And as I see it also now, as I said, I want to expand my field of having impact on people. You can see that the butterfly, I will do a drawing, and I will put it into the video at the end, or even now. So you can see a small caterpillar, and the caterpillar becomes a butterfly and flies for some time, then it gets boring, it becomes a caterpillar again, and the caterpillar is a little bit bigger than the other one before. And then out of the caterpillar comes again a butterfly, and this butterfly is a little bit bigger than the other butterfly before, and may even have a different form or even different patterns. So we can see the patterns in the wings as specific things or behaviors that we changed in the caterpillar phase to be able to, or like a reprogramming of specific things or things that did not serve ourselves anymore. So the frequency and the energy is vibrating in a different way, and with that making different patterns in the wings of the butterfly. It's a beautiful metaphor. I love the butterfly. And then again becoming a caterpillar, and then an even bigger butterfly afterwards again. And I think that's how I would describe the human journey, actually. And obviously sometimes we stay for a longer time the same butterfly, because we just stuck a little bit in this thing, and we also enjoy it. Everything happens for a reason, and your soul might also enjoy this journey you are in. And for everybody there's the perfect timing of becoming a caterpillar and then a butterfly again. It has a lot to do with awareness, with safetyness around us, and clear decisions. And I think right now, actually, with these times where there's so much light coming down to earth, the journey of caterpillar and butterfly caterpillar is going quite heavily. And then obviously we have some people who don't want to grow at the moment, which is giving also the possibility to understand where we are coming from. So everybody's playing their part. But what I wanted to say to come to the end of the butterfly is, as a smaller butterfly, you have a specific impact with how do you say, I don't know how you say it, but with beating your flies. This is translated, your wings is translated now from the German. I'm not sure if it's quite well. But when you're flying as a butterfly, you make the movements with the wings. And with that, you create a specific frequency and a wave that's going out. And as I see it now, the bigger the butterfly becomes over the journey, the bigger the impact becomes, the bigger the field becomes. And this is what I think that I wanted to say about my field. I want to have my field becoming bigger to have more impact. Yeah. Wow. That flowed very well. Did not expect that before. Yeah, and if you like the metaphor of the butterfly, in the sense I explained it now, you are very welcome to make a screenshot, or also write me if you want to have a good picture of the butterfly and caterpillar. Then yeah, just send me a message or make a screenshot. Feel very welcome to do that. Yeah, I think there for now that's all. That's what wants to come out, also to motivate myself, and I enjoy that so much when I can really feel like because this motivation comes from who I am really, you know. It's like giving me impulses to come back to who I am. It's helping me because part of me is there already. It's always there. Just this programming that I had put on myself to experience another journey. And this motivation comes from, if you want to say my higher self, it's maybe easier to understand. So it comes from my higher self, which gives me motivations, and I love when I'm open for that energy, and when I stay in that, and then I can see this fine line, and I want to make this fine line becoming. I really want to do. I don't want to. I am doing daily practices now to stay on that fine line, because it's very. For right now, it's relatively easy to drop out of that again. I had just this morning. And what I'm practicing at the moment is to become really the observer of my thoughts, and to understand that I'm not my thoughts, that they are a tool that has been used for quite some time in the wrong way of the thoughts being in control of me. But I am changing that now and understanding that they're just a tool that I'm also able to put off. As in the books they describe it, it's like any other tool. It's like a computer, like a light, like a car. And if you don't use it, you put the car off. If you don't use the computer, you clap it down or you put it off, you know. And the same we are able to do with our thoughts. And then a quite interesting journey starts to begin, because if we have always identified ourselves with the thoughts, then it's like, who am I if I'm not my thoughts? And then it can become a very interesting journey. So, but this is something to experience for everybody else on their own, because it's something you cannot describe. But this really helped me this morning to just observe them. And I understand that because I was identifying with them, I got into the drama that they were creating. I understand that I was so often in that drama, and it's not necessary, because I don't have to identify with the thoughts. And I'm staying aware about them and what they're saying, and I'm putting them into my equation. But my most decisions and informations, and I don't allow them anymore to come from my thoughts. I still use them because they're also here to understand reality, and I think they're sometimes saying some very important things and logical things, and it's more about the journey of aligning our heart with our mind. And our heart is the portal into the universe and into the universe, to keep it simple. And our mind have only informations about this reality and about all the programs that we have put on. And to live aligned, to live a very beautiful, or to have a very beautiful human experience, we need the tool of our thoughts. We need the tool of our mind to understand this reality. As somebody sometimes refers to a metaphor where it is like you're putting on a goggle to see down in the midst of the ocean, to see it clearly, and then you don't see everything at the same, but you can see very clearly what is in front of you and understand that. And with the alignment of the heart, you are able to have your intuition. You are able to have access to higher understandings, to understand who you really are. And when these things are aligned, then you have a completely different human experience, because you're not operating anymore from the mind, you're operating from your heart and using your mind to go through this reality. Because if you would not have the goggle on, you basically would not see anything down here in this reality. Yeah. So a short moment doing this morning, I was like, oh, now we are here in this again. And I know from the experience before, this takes like, I don't know, can take now 2 days until I finally come out of this again. But I was so proud of myself, because I really managed in a quick time to get out of the drama that my mind is creating. And it's just an amazing experience. And yeah, who knows, maybe at one point, because I really like to go into the things in more detail, for like understanding how things working now with the mastering of the mind and about emotional intelligence. So at one point I might be even able to explain things to you or give tools that work for me. That's also always the beautiful things when we go on a journey of growth, that we are able, after and even during that time, if we do it for a while, to help other people around us. We are so much better because we have been at the same point, but we are out now and on a higher level, where we are able to see everything from a higher perspective. So if people around us are at the beginning of the journey, or then we can see where they are at, and we understand what needs to be done to come to the frequency, the level, the energy where you are in. And that's the beauty about growing, because you're more and more able to help people around you. And to being of service is the most beautiful thing, and it's the main purpose actually for humanity, to be of service for each other and to be of service for this planet. And this is another thing that I would like to have an impact on, of bringing more awareness to people, how to live in alignment with Mother Nature, and how to reactivate this feeling of how grateful it is actually to be in service. Yeah. So I think that's it for now. So to close it up, I have the offering for the light bathing. You can give me an email, you can write down in the comments. You are very welcome to share it. And as well, I have put in the picture, I can put it in now again for a longer time, so you are able to make a screenshot again. Or you can write me also an email or down in the comments if you would like to have a bigger picture of it. Yeah, feel welcome also to give me some feedback. Let me know how you're feeling, and especially let me know how you're feeling after you watch this video, because I want to know how my impact is, not to push myself or anything, but I experience often for myself, if people not embodying something or just talking something they don't know about, then I feel very drained afterwards or irritated. And not to make it, not to put it in the same box with being triggered by something that is something else, but just some honest feedback would be very great to know, because if I have the feedback from the outside, I can understand even more, okay, if I'm on the right path, and if I'm actually what I'm talking about is understood, and people are not like, huh? Afterwards. Because this is another thing that I wish so much more, that more people are out there knowing what they're talking about. And because on my own journey, I got very often into realities and worlds in my mind that were really not necessary. if I would not have watched specific videos or read specific things. So always feel into your body, because your body is telling you what is resonating with you and what not, what is maybe right and what is not. And trust your intuition. That's always coming up. And if things are not resonating with you outside there in the world, or you might be feeling triggered or something, please take first a deep breath, and then feel and think about how can you give a feedback in a healthy and loving way. Because out of our triggers, we often put something out into words to people that we actually afterwards do not mean. So yeah, stay lovely to yourself, stay lovely to everybody around you, and see you next time.